work, they would not work. So they always need to be directed, or someone needs to tell them to complete their work on time. They need close supervision so that they carry on with their work and don't waste their time. These kind of people would avoid responsibility. Whatever is given, they would do and they would work. They would not like to take any additional responsibility. And you always need to give them negative motivation. Like if you do not complete your work, then you would not be getting your salary or wages, etc. So under theory X, it is applicable to majorly those kind of people who are illiterate, who are unskilled, and lower level of workers. Am I clear what is theory X kind of a people? So theory X people are those who don't like their work. Since they don't like their work, they always need some direction, someone to direct them to complete their task. They also need close supervision because they are very lethargic. They would not do their work at all. Apart from that, any responsibility you give them, they would avoid it. And they always need negative motivation so that they complete their task. And finally, the category of people who fall under this theory X are those who are illiterate, unskilled, and at a lower level workers. The theory Y people are quite the opposite of that of theory X. So these included those people who like work. Since they like work, they don't need supervision. They would manage on their own. They don't need anyone to direct them. They would do their response. They would also accept responsibility, take up challenges, and they need positive motivation. A task or a target is given, I need to achieve it. So they always needed a positive motivation, and this is applicable mainly to those who are educated, those who are skilled employees, and those who are in higher positions. Am I clear with what is theory X and theory Y? So this is by McGregor, Douglas McGregor. He studied the human behavior and categorized them into only two. One who dislike work, one who like work. Now, which one would work better?
Ma'am,
Theory
theory
The one who liked the
theory
work.
Y, ma'am.
Theory Y.
Theory Y.
Theory Y, ma'am.
It is understood without any doubt that theory Y kind of an employee in a long run or in a short run would be an asset for me in an organization. But theory X, they definitely need continuous motivation in the short run also. They need to be motivated so that they at least complete their task, or which is not, since I've already employed him, now I cannot take him out. So I definitely need that. It is adding a cost to the organization itself. So theory Y kind of a people are more effective, whom I need to work more towards. And if I have theory X kind of a people, then I would see that since I've employed, I get at least my work done on time. Now, are you clear with Maslow's and theory X and theory Y, two different types?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we will move to the third type, which is McClelland's need theory. Now, what did he felt is, he divided the needs in three categories. He felt that according to the situation, or according to humans' nature, or how their need arises, it is very practically that he felt that human needs can be categorized only in three categories. Just a moment. It can be categorized only in three categories. One is need for performance, the other one is need for power, and the third one is need for affiliation. So like how different persons had come up with different categorization, McClelland has come up with three categories of people. He categorized the behavior of people into three. In other words, need for achievement. What is first one is need for achievement. So as the word itself says achievement, this is related to work, wherein I would like to have a standard. I would want to succeed. I would want to be, I want to perform better so that I come to the next level. So this is need for achieving something, that is success. So the major category of people who are work oriented come under this category, whose need is to achieve something in life. So if I have high need achievers, they have a strong desire to assume personal responsibility. They would try to take up calculated risk also and ensure that they work towards their goal without any problem. If they have a problem also, they see that they solve it, achieve it, and come up to a high position. So these were high performance, and they would also like to take up feedback so that they improvise and they do better. So clear with what is need for achievement. This is only basically related to work where they would like to achieve. So being an achiever, they would take up responsibility with calculated risk, and even they would take up feedback and see that they do their work accordingly. Next is need for power. So under this category, need for power, we bring in such people who wants to control others. So if it's concerned with an impact on others, how do I control? For that, I should be first I should be performing better, and then only then I would be able to take up or guide others in doing what they want to do in an organization. So need for power, under these, we have certain kinds of individuals who would make them behave, or they would like to make others behave in the way they would have not behaved otherwise, which means they would like to control the activities, guide them in doing, or be powerful. And this I would be able to do only if I am a good leader. For me to become a good leader, I need to be a performer. Only then would I be able to guide the other person. So need for achievement, need for power. And the last one is need for affiliation. Now, need for affiliation, under this we have that category of people who want social, that this is somewhere related to Maslow's social needs, wherein they would like to have a desire to have acceptance and approval, work in friendship, companionship, or work in groups, have cordial relationships, or their main aim is that what is it that they require is they want a group of people who they can move around with, and they would definitely work if in a group and an activity is given. So McClelland had theory needs can be classified into three categories: need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. I hope all of you are able to distinguish between the requirement of these three needs, and the behavior of individual might differ. One would like to be a performer, the second would like to control others, and the third would be like he would like to have a move along with social, or he lays more importance to the societal needs or moving around with people. Clear with McClelland's theory of needs? Okay. Now he divided the needs in three categories. He believed that there are human behavior it is based on, just give me one moment, that it is not that everyone has the same need. He divided the needs based on the events that happen, or the events that people have experienced in the environment or the culture in which they live. Accordingly, the needs of people or individuals vary. So he classified needs into three categories: need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. Like how Maslow's had 5 basic categories, McClelland had classified into 3 categories only, which is need for achievement. Now, need for achievement is that kind wherein I have mostly people who are task oriented. So they would they would give more importance to the work, they would be a good performance, they would like to come up in society, or sorry, they would like to come up in their work itself and come up with a higher position, etc. So they prefer to take up task and provide immediate feedback. If you give them a feedback, they will take that also, because they want to put effort and come up to achieve something and be successful in the work that is given to them. That is need for achievement. Individuals who want task, their main workaholic people who want to do something. The second kind of people fall under the category of need for power. So people of high need of power are inclined, they would want influence and control. So what would they do? They would like to control others and direct them in doing their work. So they want to be power. Power is they want to enjoy a higher position, and through that higher, like a leader, I can be a leader only if I can direct others. So it is there are certain individuals who want to be leaders and direct others. That is need for power. And the final one is need for affiliation, where they want to build friendly relationships with individuals and group, and through this they work. So the main importance is working with friendly relationships or working in groups. Now I was able to differentiate between the three: need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
need for power also comes wherein I want to enjoy a status, like I am a leader. I would like to have a recognition, and I want I want authority over others. Only these kinds of people can come under the need for power as well. Just have a glance on all the three types of theories that we have done. First is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Then
Then explain, ma'am.
theory X and
Douglas
theory Y.
McClellan. Then McClellan's.
And lastly, it is McClellan's 3. He divided into 3 categories: need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. Quickly have a glance at all these 3 and see that you are able to understand. Any doubts in all these 3, let me know.
Ma'am, could you just repeat the Masslow's theory, just the headings, ma'am? You said that 5 needs. Could you just repeat it, ma'am?
Maslow divided the need. Anyone who is clear with Maslow's need hierarchy theory, give me the 5 stages at least.
Ma'am, fifth one is self-esteem, ma'am, but I'm just trying to remember the last.
Voice not audible.
Basic needs,
Hmm.
then security and safety needs, social needs
Ah.
and self-esteem needs. Only that I know, ma'am.
So-
After that, I don't know.
Self-actualization
self-esteem
needs.
And the last one is self-actualization. Okay. So what happened is Maslow's felt that needs can be divided into 5 stages, and every human should go through these stages. So firstly, he has got to satisfy his basic needs, which is food, clothing, and shelter. Only after the basic salary he gets, he is able to satisfy these needs. Then only he would look for a security need. Security needs is something like lifetime employment, job security, getting an insurance, etc. So once he is secured that he is having a lifetime employment, etc., then he would look in for social needs, not only with his employees, employers, other groups outside also, clubs, associations. So he would like to mingle or have friendly relationships among people. This can be within organization or outside organization as well. Clear with the first 3 needs: basic, basic, safety
Yes,
and
ma'am.
security, and social needs. Once I have in a society wherein I have popular among people, then I would go in for my esteem needs. Esteem needs is satisfying my ego. Now, since I'm able to satisfy, I have certain needs according to my status. Example for this can be if I am staying in a rented house, according to the status that I have moved in, I would look in for my esteem or my status. I want to have a flat of my own. So that adds to my status, and that's an esteem. If I have a Maruti 800, I would look in for having a good car or an expensive car that adds to my status. So that is your esteem need. And finally, once even my esteem needs I met with, then finally I go with self-actualization, where I work for my own self-growth. So where here it relates again to your job, coming up to a higher position, etc. So if for instance, I want to become a manager, or if I want to become a CEO, I'm looking for my self-growth and my personal development. So this is possible only if I finish all these. I start from basic, and then I would go in for a self-actualization. Is that clear now? Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So these are Maslow's theory X and Y. I definitely know that none of you should, because this is very simple. People who don't like work and people who like work. So people who like unlike work in direction, supervision, and they don't take in any risk. 4 or 5 points you should be able to tell it very easily. If they do not like work, they need to be directed. If they need to be directed, they also need close supervision. They also need close supervision if they don't take in any responsibility at all. They avoid taking any responsibility, and they need negative motivation to complete their work. And Rahul, can you mute yourself? See, this kind theory X is applicable to people who are uneducated, I'm sorry, those who are illiterate, those who are unskilled, and at a lower level. Right opposite to this is theory Y. And lastly, we did with McClelland's theory, wherein he divided the need of any individual based on how is the situation in which he is. He might be in different situation, might be in different culture. So accordingly, he divided the needs into 3 categories. One where human looking for achievement, one where the human looking for power, and finally where they want to move around with people. So need for affiliation. So need for achievement, need for power, and need for power and need of affiliation. Is that clear?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
need of affiliation is equal to which of Maslow's need hierarchy theory?
Ma'am, that is equal
Social
to
need.
social, ma'am.
Social need.
needs, ma'am.
Social relation.
Now, we will do with one more need today. And okay, because tomorrow also we have a class now. Okay, we'll stop with this today. We'll do with the other needs. Now, anyone has any